All right, we're on day 5 morning. Just got out of the tent probably about a little bit after 7 now. And you can see the sun is coming up over the east over there. And we're just gonna take it a little bit slower to start and then see what the day has in store down the Berg River. Hopefully some fishing, hopefully hanging out by some rapids. And yeah, nice relaxing day down the river. On day 5, we ended up paddling the entire Berg River before finding a gorgeous island site in Outlet Bay. On day 6, we traveled big water before entering the mouth of the Caribou and staying at a site labeled World Class.
There's grass on it. I'm looking at that piece.
Stretch! Stretch, Ricky! Beauty morning. We are literally talking about you guys right now. We were just on the tracker. Miss you guys. 0 feet in 4 minutes. Let's get this show on the road. We're on the move, Rook. We are headed down, I believe it's the first stretch of the Agoki River, and then we head to the Berg River. So I'm excited, hopefully, to be able to maybe locate some portages early. Today, we thought we were getting a later start, but it's only about 8:45. The sun is shining. Looks like another gorgeous day. What? Yeah.
Let's go to the left back side.
Yeah. Sweet.
This is the rest spot. Graeme said he would rest at. I don't see him. That was a mosquito. Who's that? Is that a Ricky?
We are officially paddling upriver now, and yeah, we're going upriver, and should be really nice. This is where the area where Bruce said slow, like go slow for this next little bit. Taking a little effort to go upstream, but that's okay. Alright, so Kate's gonna take the portage. I think it looks kind of like the portage, but I don't really feel like unloading the whole boat. So we're gonna practice our lining up this short little rapids.
Will it be okay?
Yes. This is nice and shallow. So
You want me to go around the sides and watch you?
you don't have to. Or if you want, you can just go to the end. It's literally like right there. Want to keep the boat going straight here. And most of it from the side. So what we'll do, we're going to load this way, and then instead of pointing that way and going it around, we'll get in, and then we'll front ferry over to the rock and then through. Good boy, Roo. Okay, so again, we're going to front ferry.
Tell me what to do with the paddle.
So with the paddle,
Draw.
you're going to be No, you're just gonna be paddling forward on the right side, I think. So that I'm gonna be on the left, and I'm gonna do sea strokes to keep us away from the potential danger. And go. Nice. Super smooth. Keep going, keep going. And we're on our way. That was a way better than portaging. Way faster too. It's more enjoyable. It's kind of fun going up the rapid. Shorts, leggings, and top, all Lulu. And I wear a Lululemon joggers at night that are so comfy.
Lululemon joggers and another Lululemon base layer.
Lululemon backcountry. And Old Navy as well. These gray Old Navy just quick dries, golden for the day.
Getting warm now. Already fired up.
Hopefully it stays until we get a little closer. Oh, that's moose for sure.
Not bad.
Sorry, people at home, I brought a GoPro. See a moose. Alright, we're entering the mouth of the Berg River, I think. You'll see if you're going upstream, there's this, it looks like a campsite on the right, but it's kind of just like a rock here on the right. And then there's a big pile of rocks. I know it sounds funny, but these are actual landmarks here. It's hard to see with the GoPro, but there's a big pile of rocks. You kind of come around this island bend, and then you enter the mouth of the Berg here, and then it peels left and then back right.
Yeah, I think so. You see the tree line like.
Yeah. Oh, if I knew you were filming, I would have jumped it. It's taking the easy way out. Kate has a lot of bug bites right now because it's so hot and had to go down to a lower layer, but the bugs love her, so unfortunately she's got a lot of bites right now. So we're just on the Berg River still. There's 3 or 4 sites marked, or I guess there's 3. 2 right beside Excellent Beach, and so that's kind of where we're headed, I think, right now, and then we're gonna readjust. We just did a quick lunch on oatmeal cookie portage because the bugs were really bad and it's super hot out. So we're looking for a good spot for a swim and a cool down. And yeah, that's all that's going on right now. Just enjoying the beautiful views of the Berg River. That's a good fat J, didn't you, bud? Good water toy time, good beach session. Alright, so we're on the Berg River by Excellent Beaches, and they are, like, they're nice. They're not huge, but they're nice little walkouts, very swimmable. But it's like 3:30, almost 4 o'clock, and we decided we're almost done the Berg River, but we are coming upon like some really nice rapids. So we're coming up to, well, it's just labeled rapids. And then we're going to Double Falls, Moose Look Chute, and then Hole in the Wall. So we have 3 different sets. Because we're going upstream, we're going to be portaging them, but I'm going to do a little bit of fishing at the base of Hole in the Wall where it says there's some fish. And then we've got a nice campsite labeled at the on Outlet Bay called Good. So that's where we're headed. So we're just going to take our time. We refilled all our water, and that's where we're headed. Gotta always test this water. You never know if it's going to be just muck. Nice job. We're out of it. Okay. So now be like a couple little islands, and then portage is on the right, going upstream. On the right?
Huh?
On the right?
Yeah. I don't really see where else it would be. Yeah, I think I see a blaze. But I think you're supposed to get in on the rocks because the blaze is kind of facing like this way. Well, maybe it's not a blaze. I don't know. There's a big rock left.
Left?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Like right here.
Okay.
Yeah, underneath.
Paddle. There we go. Nice. Good job. Alright. Is it Sandbrook? I think we have to go left side.
That way across?
Yeah, and then go up the middle of it.
Okay.
We're just gonna have to paddle hard through it. It looks like there's more up, like right away. You know?
Yeah, like up there?
Like, yeah, around the bend a little bit.
What's the map say?
What?
What's the map say?
It says there's two, like we portage around the one, and then there's a second set, so I don't know if they consider this to be both. But we'll take a look and see. So we must be able to paddle up it. We're gonna have to really paddle hard so that we don't get swept down. Or why don't we even stay right, and then, yeah, we'll get out and drag or whatever. I think it's better than going right in the middle where the water's moving really fast. You have to paddle a little hard, you can't stop. Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. You're good, you're good, okay. It's good, all right. For some reason, there was no portage around the Moose Look Chute swifts and the following set of rapids called Hole in the Wall. Graeme ended up lining the rapids as the map said it was open around the corner. It was approaching 6:30 and we were gassed from a long day of paddling. I'm not really sure if we just totally missed it. I know that it says on the map to take P on the right, but it also says there's P200 on the left of the Hole in the Wall rapids. We scoured the shoreline for the campsite. We couldn't find it on the left. I just lined it. I lined the whole thing. And it was really tough and kind of scary. Oh, there's another set of rapids. As we rounded the bend to what was supposed to be a clear shot to Outlet Bay, we were shocked to see another 300 to 400 meters of raging rapids that I could not line. We ended up messaging Noah, who got into contact with Bruce, who confirmed there was in fact a portage going into Outlet Bay on the opposite side of Hole in the Wall Rapids. Since our mishap, the map has now been labeled with the skull and crossbones and a do not enter. I ended up just lining down the entire set of Hole in the Wall Rapids that I had lined up in the past 20 minutes. All right, so night 5. Technically now, this is the longest Caitlin and I have ever been on a canoe trip, so that's pretty exciting for us. That we made it, and now we have this incredible view from our site. But we were on the water from about 9 to just now with a lunch break. I'm just really grateful right now that Kate and I are safe, and we have a gorgeous site again. Pretty small in terms of the temp pad, but it's a nice spot. Things could have gone poorly, but they didn't, because we just went slow and we didn't rush. And Bruce did say it's only 99% accurate, the maps. So I'm sure some alternate plans. I mean, the portage we ended up taking did say take P, but we thought if we could get up the one section that it would be free and clear on the other side. So Lesson learned. It was a challenging finish to a long day on the water, as lining back down a set of rapids after working so hard to get up them is quite frustrating. In the end, we were safe on a beautiful island and ready for a swim and an excellent sleep. We now felt like we were on the second half of our journey, and we were ready to tackle whatever the rest of our trip had in store for us. So Rook and I are just packing up the tent here, although I think he's getting some skeeters because we left it open a little bit. But we're just packing up the tent on morning of day 6. We don't have super far to go today. There's apparently a fish off one of the points, although I haven't had much luck fishing the last little bit just because I've been preoccupied with other things, but that's totally fine because those things were more important, and I enjoy those more than obviously catching big fish is fun, but there's other things that are important on this trip too. So typically right now I just pack up the tent and the thermocell or the thermarests, well, they're not thermarests, they're the mech reactors, and get the dry bags out. And Ricky gets the last little snooze in here. He just waits till the last possible second to get out of the tent. And then Kate's out cleaning up some breakfast stuff, and then we'll be on our way. Shirt for the day at the top. My trusty gray shirt. Kate's noisemaker. Can't live without it. She uses a Hike Venture blow-up pillow, little guy. I just use the Mech brand. Although my valve just broke, but oh well. We'll survive. What you doing, Kate?
Look at his hair!
What?
Look at his hair. So I brushed out all my dreads with my mini wet brush. And this is what happens. But it's good to have a brush so that you don't get like big dreadlock knots.
Right. So that's your gear review?
Yeah. So instead of buying my giant big wet brush, I brought this little mini guy. Smaller than your hand, fits in your pack, and brushes out your crazy curls.
I love it. There you go. So what do I wear on my feet canoe tripping? After having a long trip last year where we had to do lining for like 10 to 12 hours a day, Crocs were obviously not adequate for that. And so what I now wear is Mech neoprene socks. I think they're like 16 to 20 bucks. And they have been the biggest game changer for me. My feet are always cold all the time. And these socks allow, even when your feet get wet, because guaranteed they're going to get wet getting in and out of portages. And then it just makes you not think like, oh, I don't want to get my feet wet, because it doesn't matter. And then it also doesn't matter if your shoes are soaking wet either, because they just keep you warm. So they basically trap in any of the water, or they get wet, and then they just warm your feet up. So my feet stay warm all day. And then my shoes, the Sense Ride 2s. So Solomon Sense Ride 2s is what I wear on my feet, and Kate has Solomon's as well. So now I wear trail runners with neoprene socks, and then at the site I normally wear Crocs, but I lost a Croc on the way to our trip, so now I wear Nike slides at the site while my feet dry out and breathe. Bye, campsite number 5. You were great. Thanks for being a relief. We loved you. I actually slept so good, didn't you, last night, Kate?
Yeah, I slept really good.
Yeah, we slept really good. There's a little fish on the map, so I might drop a line in, and we'll just see what the day has.
Smells concerning.
Smells like fire.
Yeah.
Forest fire. Margaret said it was like coming from Alberta and BC. Like that, like the smoke travels that far, right?
Right.
So you can probably see above and behind me that it's really hazy, like up in the sky. and you can smell the smoke and the smoke from presumably some kind of forest fire. I personally don't think it's like near us. So we just messaged Bruce just to check in and see. That's another benefit of just having our inReach. We know like everything, we can be in contact around big water if anything dangerous happens. So we just got an update from our boy Bruce, Mr. Wabakimi himself. And he said that, like we suspected, the forest fires are not near us, but they're blowing in from, what was it?
Woodland Caribou.
Woodland Caribou. So Woodland Caribou is to the northwest of Wabakimi, I think. Well, it's definitely west. And so the smoke is all coming from there. And Bruce said that he would come and rescue us, he promised. And then he said, well, at least Caitlin and Rook. He says when it comes to people, I love dogs, but he especially loves Rook too. I'm sure he loves every dog that way, but as we were leaving, he said, Margaret, quick, hide Rook in the bedroom. He's a nice guy, and he said it for us not to worry, so we're just continuing. It looks crazy in the background, like you can just see smoke everywhere. We were planning on spending the night at a super site, but we may, depending on timing and the calmness of the water, continue on. There's a world-class site farther down that is also listed as a honey hole. So we're just gonna see how the day goes, and like we're not rushing, but we're also not just kind of sitting around. Like we're just not gonna sit and smoke all day on a site, right? If it was a beautiful sunny day and we could go to the beaches that I see to my left, then we would do that. But it's kind of overcast and it's super calm. It's a nice paddling day, so we're just paddling. Uh-oh, lip balm. Spot.
It's so smoky.
What do you got,
We
Kate?
got orzo pasta cooking up, and then we're gonna dress it with roasted garlic and herb, pasta seasoning, sun-dried tomatoes, and parm.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So good. We enjoyed our dinner before heading out on the water for a late night fish. Since there is now a fire ban in place, we found this to be a great way to finish the evening before heading to bed. Thanks for watching. Yeah, baby. Haven't got one of these in a couple days. Bye bye.